city lights and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home.
Hello, welcome back to Retro Ratz.
So today, where are we, Chloe?
I'm going to say St. Fagans, but it's not.
It's actually pronounced St. Fagans. So we are in Wales and we are going to have a look at one of their outdoor life museums, and we're taking you with us.
Come join us. So we have arrived safely, and today's vehicle of choice, if you ask, is Nippy Norm, the Rover 100. He has got us here safely. Yay!
Mind you, it's slightly slower when Chloe drives.
Oh yeah, got to preserve these vehicles. So in this feature,
we hope that you have a cup of tea or coffee or a brew, whatever you like to drink.
lemonade,
Yep.
cheese scone,
Biscuits, or even an ale, you never know. Could be whatever time of night, day you're watching this.
so grab yourself a drink.
Yep, grab yourself a
This is a
snack.
feature.
And this is a feature-length episode.
Loads of buildings, castles and so on. So even if you don't have time to watch it all now, come back to it. YouTube will put it back where you watched it. But yeah, look at those doves taking off from there. This is a magical place. Come and join us. A few miles from London. So for those who don't know, and the link will be just up above, we went a while back to the Weald and Downland Museum, which is down south in the UK and
Sussex.
in Sussex, and we really enjoyed that. That was really good. Now this site in Wales, just outside Cardiff, is 100 acres. It's a historic castle, which we'll look at in a bit, but also many buildings that have been in the same principle, picked up, brought here, brick by brick, straw by straw, and for us to enjoy now. Before we go in the house, has everyone been toilet? Yes, toilets are outdoors. And there you go, duck. Please don't take the apples. It's not that. That's not the first thing I'm worried about in here. So this farmhouse, we're just looking at the little cobblestones as we go in.
We've also got a little gully.
A little gully. This farmhouse is about 400 years old, and the red is meant to ward off the devil and bad spirits. I'm going to go on in. Lovely little garden. It's very homely as you come through the door. You've got your table and chairs for eating. Master's chair, another door there. And a lovely fire. It's so warm in here. Very nice. And the maid's cupboard bed, which I don't think you'll see in it because it's dark, but...
Yeah. Can we do the torch?
No, that's fine. That's how it is. Okay. There you go. Hotbed.
This is amazing.
Peggy's right at home.
I love this.
If we built a house, this is it.
Oh my word, I love this.
Stone floors, wooden ceilings, simplicity. Nice. Look at that ceiling. That is amazing if you want to see it close up like that. It's very clever, this house. I say, you wouldn't need to cover the roof up. The skill and the architecture.
It curves as well.
Even cupboards above the staircase lamp. 400 years ago. So this is the last room in this house, and I just can't get over how thick the walls are. I mean, to give you some indication, block the light there. Look how thick the walls are. It's Peggy's arm. Wow. There's a fireplace in this room as well. This is more like a dining entertainment room. This is the creme de la creme if you had guests over. And no electricity.
There's a one-way system, okay?
Candles. Lovely.
I love the clock.
Yeah. That was a nice building. We're not going to be able to film every building here because it's massive. It's a 100-acre site. So you've got to come and visit yourselves, but we're going to show you the highlights and the best bits that we come across. So it's not just about the buildings. Look at the things that they've preserved around the site. I mean, a blacksmith would have made that. That would be handmade. Skills that we're sadly losing in life now. And that, well, I was going to say that would have lasted years, but it's still here. Proclamation. A nice building. This is the sort of skill I really appreciate. Saddler's workshop now. He built in 1926 and he worked in it until 1982, and then in 86 they re-erected it. So there's him as a young lad. He's getting older there. And then they re-erected it. And this is the back part. This is the display shop. This bit would have showed his wares and skills and so on. So this is the old tin shed, and it served a purpose, didn't it? It served him all those years. I mean, that's a lot of years. And then if we'd gone into that door there, which is locked at the moment, that would have been his workshop. I just think I'm so pleased that some of these buildings like this that served someone for so long are preserved. And with so much more to see, so I'm going to put a lot of it in photos. An old school, shops, you name it, cottages, so on. So at the end there'll be a whole montage of photos for you. 1470, and they would have lived in one end and the animals would have lived in the other. So this is the end the animals would have lived in. This is the living quarter end. Hello there, you alright?
Thank you, how are you? Hello.
This is the sort of history I love. Clockmaker's workshop, built 1892, ironclad, timber frame. And he was one of the last clockmakers in Wales, and he retired in the 60s. And obviously because we got mass produced shoes and boots of the Chinese imports and so on that we got now, this is a tradition that's gone. But before that, he would have sat in this shed every day making his shoes. Lovely. Let's go and have a look. It's probably pronounced totally different, but I do that every day.
Ride a car.
Ride a car. So we're going to go and have a look at this terrace houses that lived in it was in Merthyr Tydfil for the steelworks. And the houses are 1805, 1855 and so on. See if you can spot the differences in the photos later. There's them in situ, look. The people. And then when they rebuilt them. It's still a good standard of living for 1805, isn't it?
Yeah, the stairs going up.
Everything you need. And stairs going up to upstairs.
Yeah. And then you've got the little larder cupboard there. And then you've got the bed with the cot.
Nice. Still homely. So we're coming to the next one, which is they've gone in 20-minute increments, so in 20 years. Now you've gone to steel plates, look. They've worked and they've saved up and got their steelware. And they started reading, got the books. Yeah. So the changes is in what's in the housewares.
1805, 1855.
So now the houses would have been lived in for quite a few decades. And becoming more homely, and the people are starting to save up and buy different bits and bobs.
Oh, 25.
1955 next.
Oh, right, okay.
So the one before was 1890s, yeah.
So
Sorry, ma'am.
No.
very
You see
Victorian
the
now.
beds are getting more and more.
Yeah, the bed's much more elaborate. And wallpaper. And look at the fireplace.
Medal House in 1925.
Yeah, good shout. Obviously past the
That's a
wall.
sewing machine.
Vinyl player, look. His master's voice. Lovely. At this point the toilet is still outside.
One family at a time.
So from the next time, the house from the 50s, it looks like the toilet would have gone indoors into the house.
And then you've got, what is that, one of those farmers' huts, because they're land girls. They would have had land girls before, wouldn't they, in the war? These would have been built for that. It's my unit.
It is indeed Peggy's unit. I mean,
Except for I haven't got showers in the middle like that. Mine's got a fridge side, so it's got like lined.
how do you feel seeing your unit in a museum?
That's quite ironic, isn't it? But I have that unit. That's
Peggy
quite
does
fun.
have that unit, and there's some videos to come about our workshop and the space we got there, which hasn't made it to camera yet.
I would say this is more land girls place.
In the 40s, the toilet was still round the back.
Anderson shower.
Yeah, and we've brought you around the back here, as Peggy's just pointed out. Anderson shelter. So we're in the 30s and 40s, and I'm not quite sure the thinking.
This is 50s.
Well, I'm
this
not-
is 1955,
yeah.
so this would be.
They still
after
wouldn't
the
have,
war,
yeah,
but
they
they
wouldn't have
had-
put it away. But
No.
I'm still not sure as to why you'd survive a blast in that more than you would your house. Maybe you can put it in the comments below. Look at the old bike.
Some of them are buried.
So now they've really modernised the house. You wouldn't even think it was
Oh,
the
this is the
same house.
50s.
Look at the TV with the magnification on it. Television. Dining room chair. Sitting chairs.
There you go. It's
Curtain
it's
over
no
there.
longer a bedroom at the back.
No longer a bedroom, but
It's
the
a
back.
kitchen. With a dining table.
And carpet.
Yeah.
But yeah, each one is homely, isn't it? So much more what we see today compared to the others if you look down the street.
Well, we believe they were, yeah.
Go all through.
I like the back.
So this one is really modern.
Oh my word.
I remember this is
1985.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Kieran is there.
1985.
Kieran might have been in here.
No, eating fish and chips. Yeah.
Picking this stuff up.
Kettle.
Yeah.
Still
This
the
reminds
same
me
stairs.
of my grand's.
Yeah, this is. Look at that. Here's
In one of his houses.
I'm sure I've got a set like that.
and the
with that
carpet.
colour.
Look.
Up at the top of the
Oh yeah,
road.
you have, yeah.
Yeah.
In Getby, yeah.
They're called stairways.
Yeah, but it has a steep old staircase still.
Oh, we've got a nice telly now.
1985, look.
Oh, God, and a system underneath.
And this became
Sound
A proper
a
kitchen.
proper kitchen. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, the bath as well. Oh, but look, it comes down, so you can make it into.
Very homely. Oh, look at that machine. When did you last see one of them?
It's the units from the house we lived in.
Yeah, this is the house that we lived in for 10 years.
It had those units. Look
It's,
at it. Oh,
it's,
look,
it's funny. It's like literally. God, look.
Princess Di on there.
Yeah.
Fair play to the museum and the old tiles on the roof. Look.
Yeah.
This is 1985. I love it. Love it.
You can still get those books in trunk shops.
I really enjoyed that. So there's the backs of the houses. So you would have gone from really sort of 200 years ago, and they brought each one up to date. And the other thing is like the tiles change.
On the roof, yeah.
There's so many differences between all the houses. Chimneys, doors. It's really, really well done. Fair play to them.
And the guttering as well.
Sometimes the stuff's better off in a museum. Built around 1600, like re-erected 82. Look how bad it was in 1972. And here it is, tucked into a nice little corner of the site. Obviously used for storage today and so on, but looking much better than it did in 1972. So this is a bird hide. Stay quiet, watch the birds. How oldie worldy is this place? Look at that. Let's have a little read up. It's built 1544. This is the home of a wealthy farmer and his family. We know that by 1560, I can't pronounce that bit, but Robert was paying for the rent. Yeah. Wow. Look how derelict it was by 1976. Look. The chimneys are a fairly modern addition. So, no ice cream today. Something different. What you got?
I've got a scone. So I have a cream tea without the tea. But I've got a nice latte with a spiced chai syrup.
I got that and that. It's going to become our favourite saying. Yummy, 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 tummy, tummy, tummy. I'm going to get out a t-shirt.
Definitely.
Sawmill. John Williams Sawmill and Carpentry Business was a family company for 100 years. Started in 1968 and his sons Thomas and William joined him later. Highly regarded as makers of furniture, quality joinery, coffins, mostly served an agricultural market, farm carts, feeding troughs, tools, etc. Look at this. In the 1930s, a Model T car engine was installed to drive the circular saw with a 40-gallon water drum. And we get to see it, Peggy says. And there it is.
That's the radiator.
Ford Model T. Cut at the chassis, look. Great bit still survives. Sad that we're losing these skills. I do know carpentry do train people in there. The skills are still there, but maybe not as good as they were. I know we haven't invented smell-o-vision yet, but that barn's got a lovely sort of black tar smell to it. It's lovely. Yeah, nice to see. This was a tannery where they made and coloured leather. They've even bought the pits, the tanning pits. It's amazing that they brought the tannery pits with them as well.
So now those pits are now home to the Great Crested Moon.
Oh. So from tannery to a home for great crested newts. Let's see if we can find one. Ah, they're hiding today.
They're not selling themselves today.
Oh no, I found one.
Found one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and get it on camera. There he is. You can see his head there, he's moving now. It's the best shot I'm going to get on camera. You've got his tail there. Trouble is its sun is reflecting, but his tail, you're seeing him move. Great crested newt. He's just kicked up a load of leaf dust. So when they move a building, obviously the construction site looks like that. But instead of just getting pallets and whacking the stuff back up, each one of those pallets, each one of those bricks will be numbered and put in place. Hogmore Vale, built 1880, built next to a railway, and goods all over the world were delivered to its doors. William Llewellyn owned the shop and ran it with his wife Mary. Their work and success allowed them to buy the first car in the area. During the 1920s, many faced debt and unpaid bills. In fact, great generosity, William and Mary's son Thomas cancelled all debts owed to the Gwalior and so held in high regard. The shop was sold in 1945 and finally shut in 1973.
So it's only water-based products we use. Chemical side of it not.
Because it was like a medicine that you were supposed to take, wasn't it? And loads of women were taking it without any research being done. And then made babies.
They used to have carts going around different towns, didn't they? And having bottles saying on it, did this.
Yeah, well, we got these people like something like that bad thing that happened to us all.
Yeah, the various possibly.
Yeah.
Especially when the cups on.
I've found a bench, we're just going to have a sit down. It's a big site, so have your walking boots on. We've just been in the shop and we couldn't help it.
Oh, we couldn't help
We
it.
bought cheese, cider, and I'm driving home. I just dropped the cheese on the floor so it's bounced. Lemonade. Yes, in the fridge. Pick the cheese back up. Ah, look at that blue sky.
I know, beautiful.
We're so lucky with the weather.
Cheers.
Cheers everyone. I'm holding cheese. So I hope you're enjoying this, and we're going to go around and take some more photos.
And then we've got to go to the other side of the site where the actual castle is and some more buildings.
So a long feature this one. Red telephone boxes. An old post office.
It's got milk to it. No, it's got kettle. Telegram?
Telegram. Yeah, I always found that the best tailor, if you ever needed one, was on Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And that is the castle and its gardens. We're going to walk over there now. If we'd gone that way earlier, we'd have
Going straight to the castle.
straight to the castle. St Fagans Castle, built in 1580. It's one of the finest Elizabethan manor houses in Wales. And the castle was home to the Earl of Plymouth and his family. And they spent their summer holidays here with around 40 servants, including a housekeeper, a butler and an Italian cook. During the First World War, a Red Cross hospital was for wounded soldiers was set up in the castle grounds and run by volunteer nurses. And in 1946, the Earl of Plymouth gifted the castle and the grounds to the nation to create this museum. That really is his master's voice.
See tapestries.
I think my brother would like that vinyl. Look at that harp. Brilliant. This is the old mill. Down there's a fishing exhibition with the last of the lakes. This would have been the mill. It's closed at the minute by the looks of it. So we'll come here another time, maybe see it working. Obviously I'd let the water in. there must be bits and bobs. I could just about see a cog through that window. So yeah, must be certain times of the year they do a display. So coming to the end of our walk now. We've done about 10,000 steps here. Not as many as I thought, but we've been stood looking at stuff. And just come across this old barn. I'll try and find a date for you. The barn, or sections of the barn, are 400 years old. Lovely. And why I tell you this, at the same time, people who recognise those leaves, I stood under a giant oak, possibly around the same age. I'd say a bit older.
Was it just us for fun? I'm trying to make it. Was this real or not? My head just can't take it. I've got a feeling we belong together. Doesn't matter, things can just get better. Can you join me so the night gets crazy? We'll be dancing in the moonlight, baby. 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 We'll be dancing in the moonlight, baby.